Welcome to the Matthews Report. I'm Sean Matthews, and I've got the best quick breakdown for you of the Joy Taylor, Skip Bayless, Fox Sports sex scandal lawsuit situation here on the Matthews Report.
Sexual misconduct allegations against high-profile celebrities. This time, Fox Sports and two of its biggest stars are in the hot seat.
According to a lawsuit filed by a former FS1 employee who worked with all the people in question here and multiple media reports that have not yet been refuted, Joy Taylor, who's one of the main hosts at FS1, was having multiple affairs with executives and hosts at FS1, allegedly in order to get jobs hosting shows. The lawsuit also alleges that Skip Bayless, who's a former famous host of First Take on ESPN and Undisputed on FS1, propositioned her with a large sum of money in order to sleep with him. The story's been blowing up on the internet over the past 24 hours. I've done the research. I've got what I think is a good breakdown for you of what happened. Jason Whitlock and Marcellus Wiley, who are two guys who are former top hosts at FS1, had great inside information on this situation. Number one, they said this is something everybody knew about for years over there, dating back as long as 8 years ago.
When I was at Fox Sports, I don't know if this is factual, but I know what everybody thought. Everybody, these stories that Nusheen's talking about in this lawsuit, they were widespread and prevalent in 2016.
Funny part of the story is that Joy Taylor and Emmanuel Acho, who's another host on FS1, who she's alleged to have had an affair with, are always lecturing everybody about how great they are, how hard they have it, how hard they had to work to get their jobs.
Wake up call, same time. How would I not know how hard it is to do the show I work on? You have to constantly reaffirm that you are good enough, that you belong there, and then always prove it. So I would just always say you got to do twice the work to get half the opportunity. But that, to me, the mentality I've always had on it is that just going to make me better. So that's why I'm excellent. Because I had to be. I couldn't be average. I couldn't be okay. I couldn't be late. I couldn't complain.
There's a funny video of Emmanuel Acho talking about Joy Taylor during a time that allegedly everyone there knew they were living together.
Done with rehearsal for the new show Speak, and I got to take a moment to shout out my co-host Joy Taylor. A woman, a black woman, daily show, sports. Do you all realize how hard it is to get into the position that she is in? So often there's misogyny and sexism running rampant in sports, and we don't even care what women have to say in sports. But Joy is not only in the position on television as a woman, as a black woman, but as an opinionist. So not just asking men what they think, but providing her own unique and distinct insight.
Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for the Matthews Report. I'm going to be on top of all this stuff for you. Whitlock also pointed out that Shannon Sharpe had reason to keep his nose clean in this and potentially play along as well because his antics as a womanizer at FS1, in his words, made Joy Taylor looked like Mother Teresa.
Shannon walked around that place like he was banging every makeup and wardrobe girl in the place. His little wing, the undisputed downstairs wing, dressing room area, whatever, Shannon was known for running around there in the tightest little boxer shorts that he could find and nothing else. Shannon Sharpe kept a flirtatious conversation going on with all of them. Things would fall out of his mouth to these women, and they'd laugh and they'd engage in a conversation with him that you couldn't pay me $1 million to say this stuff at work.
As far as Skip Bayless goes, Whitlock thinks he actually kept his nose clean, but that he was so competitive with Shannon Sharpe on and off the air that the competition carried over into banter in the dressing room, which he simply could not hang with Shannon Sharpe on, and that Skip got himself in trouble just trying to go shot for shot with Shannon Sharpe.
Skip fell into it. Someone like me, like, I'm running away from it. I'm not in that competition. That competition is for idiots. That competition is for people that want to get me too. That competition is for people that want to end up in a lawsuit. And that's where Skip is.
Shannon Sharpe and his business partner at the Volume, Colin Cowherd, specifically keep their noses very clean in this lawsuit, and it even specifically calls out how good of a guy Colin Cowherd is and how he was nothing but professional and a gentleman to the accuser.
There's a sentence in these 42-page documents where it's just written in there for no reason that Colin Cowherd was nothing but nice and professional to me. Like, where did this sentence come from? What did this have to do with anything?
So here's the whole theory that's very interesting. Shannon Sharpe is a very smart, very strategic PR and media guy. Shannon and Colin Cowherd were the two biggest names at FS1, along with Skip Bayless, but Skip not as big as them. Shannon Sharpe and Cowherd were close and loyal to the former head of FS1, a guy named Jamie Horowitz, who got ousted a couple years ago during the Me Too movement. When he got ousted, his number 2 guy, Charlie Dixon, took over, and Shannon and Colin were not close with Charlie Dixon and were also in huge big money contract negotiations with him, and he's the executive that got named as having an affair with Joy Taylor. So Jason Whitlock's theory is that Shannon Sharpe makes sure that him and his business partner at the Volume, Colin Cowherd, are both in the clear. The executive he doesn't like, Charlie Dixon, and his former rival, Skip Bayless, both go down, both get thrown under the bus, and he just keeps right on moving. He's been able to be very successful in his career dealing with media and dealing with people in ways just like this. This clip from former NBA star Gilbert Arenas perfectly sums up the degeneracy that goes on in pro sports and mainstream media.
Let's just say 4. If you 4 dudes a year or 3 dudes a year, I'm telling you from the ages of probably 18 to 35, treat it like a business. Get you some NBA players. Let them 3 NBA players. Think about it. The NBA player on the lowest end, on the brokest in the NBA, he gonna pay you about $5,000 a month just to with you. $5,000 a month. So if you got 3 of them, that's $15,000 a month just on the bottom end. Now you talking about you got like a James Harden, Paul George or something, or me.
Hills, yeah.
You talking about just around with you? You talking about 10, 20 grand a month just to be cool. And you might have to sleep with dude maybe twice a month, 3 times a month, right? With those dudes, 3 times a month, depending. You making 60 grand a month. What job, what education you gonna get from the ages of 20 to 35 that's gonna pay you 60 grand a month?
That's not real.
Why do these people on television have to be so fake and act like they're these great people when behind the scenes they're up to nothing but no good? Thank you for watching the Matthews Report. Please subscribe, turn on notifications, check back for more reports. I'll see you again soon.